Now, it's the Scam of the Week.
I'm Tommy Lee, and this is the Scam of the Week. We're talking with our friend Rick Walz over at the Better Business Bureau of Northern Indiana. Rick, how are you?
Tommy, I'm doing quite well, and how about yourself?
Not too bad, thank you. Spring just around the corner. Hard to believe when we've had the blast of snow we've had, but it will be here before we know it. And the number of people looking for a home always goes up in the spring. But buying and selling a home is a major decision, so you need to make sure you choose a real estate agent that can guide you through the process properly. You look for an agent or broker who's experienced, knowledgeable about your housing market, and always has your best interest at heart when they act.
Absolutely, Tommy. Like I said, that can be a daunting time when people are buying and selling their homes. So we have a few tips to help steer them in the right direction. First thing is ask for referrals from friends or family who've recently sold or bought their homes, and also ask if there are agents or companies that they should avoid. Second would be to, choose more than one agent and schedule a time to visit with them in person. You never want to make a decision based on just meeting that first person. So, each agent should make a listing presentation, allowing the potential buyer or seller to become familiar with their background, their marketing plans, their analysis of the market, including information about similar homes in the area that they have recently sold. And also ask the agent to provide a list of references who have previously used, his or her services in buying or selling their home with similar types of property. Another suggestion would be to ask how long the agent has been practicing, and also about their availability. Some of them may be too busy to take on another potential client. In general, agents with more transactions and years of experience can help guide you through the buying and selling process and handle the complaints that crop up a lot more easily than the lesser experienced person.
And in addition to availability, let's talk about flexibility. How important is it to choose an agent that's available on weekends and evenings? Should that factor in? And don't real estate agents normally work pretty much around the clock anyway?
Yeah, I think they do, but to me that's a critical issue. In my opinion, a real estate agent should accommodate your schedule, not the other way around. The agent has to be available when the buyer is able to work with them. So, and choose a real estate agent who acts in your best interest. Ask whether the agent is a realtor, which means they're a member of the National Association of Realtors.
And Rick, what about the commission fee? That's kind of a biggie as well, right?
Yeah, the typical commission fee is generally 5 to 7% of the selling price, but it can vary based on the market. And the percentage of commission fee can sometimes be negotiated depending on the housing market, how hot it is, what's going on. The agent receives the commission regardless of who finds the buyer, but receives no commission if the property doesn't sell. And the commission is usually divided evenly between the listing agent and the buyer's agent. So, another thing would be to do not choose a real estate agent who pressures you into signing documents immediately. That's a big red flag. So carefully and completely read all the documents and make sure the agent clearly answers all of your questions before signing anything. And if you're selling your home, usually you sign a contract granting the agent exclusive rights to sell your property for a specified period of time. So make sure you clearly understand what that time frame is before signing.
Absolutely. And, of course, if listeners have any questions at all, they can contact the BBB. Your number is 800-552-4631.
Absolutely, Tommy. We're here to help, and we hope that people are able to find good agents to help them buy and sell their homes.
All right. Once again, Rick Walz from the Better Business Bureau. Always a pleasure, my friend. We hope to talk to you again soon.
Thank you, Tommy. Good talking to you.
Podcasts by Federated Media. Podcasts by Federated Media.